What's going on, guys? I hope you're all doing great. We're going to be showcasing Predator in Live Arena, as well as some Doom Tower action. I went ahead and picked up the $60 pack. However, if you're going to purchase this champion, I would wait until after Black Friday, after Christmas potentially, or around Christmas time. Basically, Plarium does good deals in the holiday season, and if your budget is limited, wait until those deals are shown before you make a purchase on this champion, at least initially. There's no reason to run out and grab this champion. He's going to be around for 13 weeks, and you can decide literally 13 weeks from now if you're going to purchase this champion or not. With that said, if you're going to be making purchases on anything in Raid, use Aptoide. Aptoide is a separate marketplace from the Google Play Store or the iOS App Store, and what it's going to allow you to do is when you download Raid through there, you're going to get cash back on your purchases that can be then again used in Raid, basically giving you more budget or saving you some real life money on future purchases. If you use my code, you'll get an extra 5% back on your purchases and give me some cash back on your purchases as well, supporting the channel. So I very much appreciate you guys doing that. If you want to check it out, it is literally the only way I recommend purchasing anything inside of Raid. I believe the cap right now is like 25% cash back you can get on your purchases, which is massive. If you make a $100 purchase in the game, you're getting $25 to use towards anything else, which is crazy. My code will be linked down below. A video explaining how to download it also will be linked down below. And my code, you can use it as many times as you want. Previously, it was limited to 10 times, but now you can use it as much as you want. Now, when we look at Predator, Predator is going to have the highest base HP of a lot of the HP-based champions. And so his is 25,770. Taras, 22,000. Frolny, 22,000. If we look at Embry's is 22,000 in his first form, 24,000 in his second form. The only champion I can think of initially who has higher base HP is going to be Mountain King at 31,000, which is just a crazy high level of HP. But most of the other champions, Predator is going to have more HP than them. We have Commodus here, 23,000. So Predator already stands to potentially put some good damage out versus those other champions. As far as this test goes, I'm going to leave his relic on. I have no blessing for him, and those other champions have quite a bit of blessings. Taras does have a relic as well. Frolny has no relic. Taras has a wand of submission, so a bit more HP. As far as masteries go, I'm not going to reset them. They do have Helm Smasher, so the damage may spike and it may look a little bit weird, but I don't want to spend the gems to refresh these masteries, so this is how we're going to be doing the test. It's going to be Predator's gear, swap between Taras and Frolny, and see how the damage looks. We're going to test his A3, his A2, his A1, and see what's going on. Now, the Talon could skew the damage a little bit, but I'm hoping to, by the end of this, really be able to tell how much damage he is or is not doing. We're going to start these tests at floor 9 of the Doom Tower. This is not going to be a perfect comparison because there is some strong affinity champions, but overall it should be decent. They do have Helm Smasher as well, so there is going to be a little bit of, RNG to this, but let's see how his damage plays out. We're going to use the A3. We're going to target all single target stuff onto this Whirlum, and his A3 does 46,000 damage. Now, Shoes In is here just for some turn meter manipulation, and I'm going to log the damage they deal. Taras just hits the Lanicus here, and let's go ahead and use an A2 ability. I'm going to target the Visix this time because Whirlum could die. So A2 on the Visix. We deal quite a bit of damage there. Basically, we dealt, let's see, we did 486,000 minus 46,000. So 486 minus, did I say 46? Yeah. So his A2 ability did 440,000 damage, which is a lot of damage. Now let's replay this real quick and see what his A1 does on the Whirlum, 23,546, so 23,000. Now, let's go ahead and swap this preset over to Taras and see what we can get Taras to hit for. Now, Predator, real quick recap, he is rocking 92,000 HP, 253 crit damage. Taras does have a 6-star blessing, which obviously is going to make a pretty big difference in his stats. We have this build down here at the bottom. He's going to have 93,000 HP and 265 crit damage. So he's actually going to be better built than Predator, especially considering Predator has, more base HP. So not the perfect comparison because it's not equalized across the board, but hopefully it'll give us somewhat of an idea. Now let's take a look at Taras. First up, this is not going to be a perfect example of what he can do. His A3 does more damage based on the buffs he has, and there's a lot of different things that make him do a lot better than many HP-based champions, specifically with Marichka. But just to see how much his A3 does in damage, we'll go ahead and drop it, go ahead and back out, and we'll see that Taras's A3 does 159,000 damage. Let's go check out his A2 ability. A2 on Whirlum is going to do 146,000. That is crazy damage, 146k. And then his A1 ability, probably not going to do that much, but it deals a total of, let's check it out, it deals 23,000. So I'll throw this over here on the notepad, 23k for the A1 ability. Now let's go look at Frolny, another champion who has his blessing fully maxed out. He is getting the extra crit rate and extra HP. When he's taken all the way up with his gear, he's going to have 90,000 HP and 272 crit damage. Now, what Frolny's damage is going to look like, let's check that out as well. So we'll throw the exact same champions in here and see what Frolny does. Now, Frolny is also going to be a champion. It's not going to be a perfect comparison. He is going to boost his stats based on his other stats, and things get kind of crazy for him. He's also going to scale his stuff, I believe. Maybe it's just from the A3, the passive ability here. Actually, no. He does scale his stats when he kills somebody. That may not matter here. His A3 ability does a decent chunk of damage, it looks like. His A3 deals 179,000. And then we have his A2 ability. Well, that was his A1. That was not his A2. I guess I hit T by accident. His A2 ability is going to deal about 60,000 damage. We have 62k. And then his A1 ability is going to deal 33,000. So, just from the initial looks at these champs, this is what the damage is looking like. Predator dealt 23,000 from his A1, which is very comparable to Taras, a little bit lower than Frolny. From his A2 ability, which is his AoE attack, comparable to Frolny's A3 and Taras's A3. Predator's A2 completely blew them out of the water. That A2 ability is smacking hard. Wow. Let's actually try Predator one more time to see what he's doing on that A2 ability, because that damage difference is huge. Maybe it was a Helm Smasher proc. Who knows what it was? Let's try that again. So Predator, A2 ability, we'll just put him in here solo. That thing hit for a lot. We'll just go straight into that, throw it at Whirlum, boom, drops the champions, which is pretty crazy. He's obviously getting some evasions going there, counterattacks. I mean, that's pretty cool. He's counterattacking a lot. Wow, that's actually a lot of counterattacks. 427,000. So that A2 ability is really popping off for Predator. That's cool. And his A3 is doing 46k, where Frolny's A2 and Taras's A2, which are their single target abilities, is 146 for Taras and 62 for Frolny. So Predator did significantly less damage on his A3. His A3 does have the Hunter's Gaze and then some conditional stuff, placing Perfect Veil, boosting his turn meter. So it's not doing as much damage. It does have some other effects on it as well, but his A2 is doing some massive damage. His stats are pretty solid, 114,000 HP, which for HP-based champions in general, you really want to try to make them over 100,000 HP. That's where things really start to shine and really start to perform well. I don't really need to test him here, but I'll throw him here, I guess. We'll go Arabeus if she's built, and then we'll go like a Fabian or something. And then here, let's make sure she is built. She's good. Fabian I already know is built. Basically, just to get rid of any stone skin they have. I can almost guarantee he's going to just one-shot them all. I really would be surprised if he doesn't just kill everybody here in just one hit from that A2. Because it hit pretty hard. Let's see. So we pick who we want the first hit to go on. They're going to take initially the biggest damage. Let's see Taras. Okay. We didn't quite kill the Taras, unfortunately. But he has some damage mitigation anyways, right? And then his A3 ability. That one didn't hit very hard at all. So I'm not surprised that did not kill him. Let's go about the A1. We did reduce his HP a lot, 23,000, against a player who has a little bit less player power than my team. I mean, I have 3 champions. He has 4. Let's try it against a different PvP setup here. Let's make sure he's in full Savage as well. He is in full Savage. Very nice. All right, Fabian locks everybody out. Obviously, he's going to kill everyone here. There's really no question about this. I'd be, once again, very surprised if he didn't. Target Lord Shazar first. There we go. 70,000 damage across the board. Reduce their max HP. We're obviously quite a ways away from Plat. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into Live Arena here, rocking our Predator avatar, and going against a player who's level 88. We're going to see how this plays out. Now, I will first pick Predator just to show what's going on here, just to let him know what to expect. I don't know why Predator's not popping up in recently used, but there we go. Well, nope. Here we go. Let's go Predator, and then we'll go Crixia. This is A1 ability, and see what Predator can do. We have Crixia going first here, hopefully locking everybody out. Okay, he leaves the fight. Sergeant Angle. Let's see, 13,000 total points, 263 season points. Let's see if we can get a good fight here. So here's the team we're running against. Sergeant Angle. We're going to go and ban. We have a fairly fast setup here. Kind of, not really. We're going to ban the Fabian. I just don't want to be locked out on Predator especially. And I'm really just trying to get him to not be banned. That's the main reason behind these picks. They're very strong picks. And I'm hoping they're at least intimidating enough that they're not going to ban the unknown champion. Players don't know what Predator does right now. They're clueless. So maybe you can sneak in a few easy wins. But I don't think he's in that spot as far as being OP, that you can just get some wins because players don't know what he does. With that said, it could be pretty cool that he's about to evade a lot of stuff. He has a 50% chance to evade right now. This Marius is going to boost and then do the A2. We should evade a lot of that. We do evade it all. And he's going to counterattack as well. And he actually hits decent on the counterattack. Now, I don't really want Siegfried to do anything here. I could go for the A2. I don't really care that much. We'll just get the Galathier to do a res. Sure, why not? And then if he does the res, is Lazarius naked? Is he missing a piece of gear? Or did he have Stone Skin stripped? He may have had Stone Skin stripped. We'll just do a... let's go A2 here. I just want to strip their buffs, possibly. There we go. We got the buff stripped. Very nice. Now, he may get a counterattack from Shredder. No, this is not Shredder. He's already doing better than Shredder. He may get a counterattack on the Embreeze. That evade is really cool. There we go. We're going to get some counterattack action. No, we did not. But we're going to be able to pop off with this A2 ability, which should do a lot of damage. So we hit the Galathier first and then second. Doesn't do that much, unfortunately. We need to go for the A3 to get, well, Marichka's back alive now. I'm going to go ahead and hit him. And then I want to kill the Galathier and get a turn meter boost with him to see what I can do. There we go. We get the counterattack because of the evasion chance. Did he kill the other two champions? I don't think he did. Either way, let's see what we can get going here. Galathier, boom. We kill him. We don't kill him, actually. But we get the Veil on me now. He is going to have the big A2 ability pop off here in just a moment. He may swap forms and go for a strip. Okay, he doesn't. We don't get the counterattack, unfortunately. We do survive that hit. We are pretty strong, which is excellent. We're going to try to kill him. We do get the kill, finally, which is really good. Swap forms, and then we'll go for this double hitter, which will kill me and also kill him, of course. And Predator did 214,000 damage. You guys can't see it, but you can believe it. Now, he did 214,000. Siegfried did not as much because I was kind of holding him back. But I mean, he did decent damage there. And the whole evasion stuff on that Marius early on, I think that's what was happening, was pretty cool. I went against somebody, actually against Doom Tower Wave, and they did an ally attack. And he actually counterattacked on all the allies that hit him, which is especially unique. I've not seen that happen before. Which, granted, there's not many champions like this, but I'm kind of surprised that's how it was working. I pulled a mythical gemstone fairly recently that gives you 50% more damage when counterattacking, because counterattacking reduces your damage, I believe, by 50%. So this is going to boost it up a little bit. So I guess it's being reduced to 75% total, I guess. But that would be cool on him. It'd also be cool on like a Leonardo or something. So I kind of doubt I would throw it on him. But it is something kind of worth considering. This Mikage could be a perfect example if they would ally attack onto Predator, which I kind of doubt they will. But I do want to see what they end up doing. I wonder if I could evade Armands' polymorph. Well, he's going to be veiled anyways at the start of the fight, so they can't even target him. Veil is a very strong buff to have. We have a Nell over there. As far as who I want to go here, I want somebody with Stone Skin. I mean, obviously, Siegfried's a good option. We could go Leonardo. 5-star Leo, potentially. I don't really necessarily want to go. I don't really need to go him. Let's just go Siegfried, I guess. Sure. I kind of want to see what Armand's does. Nell's going to be the biggest annoyance here. Possibly. I don't really have many buffs though, but let's just get rid of her. I just don't like her. She's just an annoying champion. You get a buff, she blows you up basically. Granted, that was a 3-star one. It's very difficult with the poison champions to have a 3-star blessing do a lot. You really need that 5-star blessing where they get a 200% poison boost. Now here, I want to see if he evades on a counterattack. Let's see what happens. He does not counterattack from their counterattack. But what about if they do an ally attack? I was trying to make her do the ally attack. We don't get stripped. We have no lightning cage. Unfortunately, did not get the we did get stripped still. Lightning cage would be huge. Didn't get it. He can still evade though. He does evade. Does a counterattack. 28,000 damage. Very nice. But I don't want to kill anybody just yet. So we're gonna go here, buff up, reduce their turn meter, counterattack again. Oh, he does actually. He does counterattack from an evasion counterattack basically. And then here, let's try to go for an A3, get the veil back on me. Okay, it was a weak hit, but his A3 is hitting very, very light to begin with. Now, he did boost his turn meter by 50% because we didn't kill anybody. So that is something worth taking into consideration. Lazarius hitting for 48,000 there. And then Predator, weak hit there. 54, so 80, 90,000, somewhere around there. Not a great amount of damage. He is with no blessing currently. 187,000 total. What we can do here is see if there's a possibility to get him into Merciless. I think I actually have a Merciless HP preset. I have so many presets, guys. Let's see. 221 HP Merciless. 90,000 HP. What are we going to look at as far as the accessories? We have a ring. We have a necklace. Okay, if we had a banner as well, that would be crazy. An HP banner. It's not HP banner. It could be an HP banner, but I really doubt that I would get what I wanted when I swapped it. Now, got an HP ring there. Could swap this over. We lose 3,000 HP though, so I don't really love this setup, but it's almost worth attempting just because of the fact that he does have some good protection at the beginning of the fights just to begin with. So maybe we can get a bit more creative with them. If this ring was better, I would definitely use it. 3,000 HP down though, that's a big drop. Without that 1-star blessing even, we definitely are going to be at a bit of a disadvantage. Now, with that said, let's see if I get any extra HP from a banner. I don't care if he's a little bit slower. That'll be fine. We don't get any extra HP there. No extra HP there. I could go this. Double reaction. But he has a chance to evade anyways, so let's not do that. Let's go as much HP as possible from the ring, which is that Stone Skin ring. Let's give this a shot real quick. Reaction is just a nice thing to have if we can make it work. And here, I think we'll give it a shot. So we'll try him out with Merciless a little bit as well. So far, his counterattack damage seems solid. His survivability seems pretty solid. His A3 damage seems lackluster. And his A2 seems very good over so far. At least in the PvE testing, it was very good. In the PvP testing, it's a mixed bag so far, but I haven't really been able to see it against a full team of strong champs. Now, with that said, I am looking at this all through the lens of I expect my champions to do significant impacts to the opponent team. But also I'm used to having champions with at least a, 1-star blessing, really a 4-star blessing if they're actually going to be used in my team, because damage dealers without that extra crit damage, without a lightning cage protecting their stuff, they're just not typically as impactful. So for him to be, I don't know, we'll see. I'm not going to say he's necessarily viable yet. Not going to go out and say that stuff at the moment. The Neve I really don't like at all. Let's go Fabian here, I guess. I think I have him built. I can't open the optimizer to see, but he was with the Airbase. Actually, no, let's not do that. What do I want to do here? Let's go Siegfried. Sure. Let's run it back to the safety net. Block damage galore over there. Now, with the Hunter's Mark, he actually will just ignore that block damage, which is really cool. Now, will he evade a Commodus's bomb attempt? He could. He could definitely evade the bomb attempt, which would be really sweet. He has a 50% chance and the chance of being weak hit, and he has a possibility of having higher HP than Commodus as well. I feel like Commodus actually has a lot working against him when facing Predator. Commodus is weak affinity. Commodus may have less HP. Commodus has a chance of just having his hit evaded and no bombs placed, right? Because he evades all the effects as well. So, potentially pretty cool. Potentially a Commodus option. I really want to see what he does with Merciless. Bump up his defense, ignore defense overall. Now, a champion like this, he is not going to benefit from Cat's Gaze whatsoever, because Cat's Gaze is only going to ignore defense of somebody who has higher HP. So, HP-based champions typically aren't going to be wearing that. Here we go. I was worried about what was happening there. Oh, he left. Oh my goodness, I was wanting to see how the fight played out. Either way, Commodus, he should have a little bit of a tough run against Predator because of all those things working against him, basically. Let's go here. Let's start with Marichka. Marichka is going to do good with the bomb situation. We get to actually see how they perform versus Predator. I wonder if he evades the Embry's Stoneskin strip. I imagine he probably could. But I feel almost like he doesn't require Stoneskin. But maybe I'm just making stuff up. Because he can still get... Actually, can he get debuffed very easily? I mean, he evaded that. That's pretty cool. Just straight up evaded it. Doesn't evade that. Guess there's no hit, so there's no evasion chance anyways. If he swaps forms, there's a good chance. Okay, maybe we evaded that. I can't really tell. I really need to cleanse this fear, though. The fear is not good for me right now. Okay, is he gonna go block damage? I hope so. Good. So now we can test that out. How that's gonna work against him. I get counterattacked here. I don't need to buff Siegfried up. Siegfried's gonna do good, buffed or not. Please cleanse. Got the cleanse. Amazing. And now what I want to see is, well, kill the Commodus for one. Doesn't kill him, unfortunately. I do want to just Hunter's Gaze. It's not going to kill him, though, is the issue. But I will get Veil on myself. Let's see if it goes through this. I think is what I want to do. Yeah, let's do that. Ah, resisted. Now, is that resisted because it has a chance of being resisted, or because he had... No, Chainbreaker shouldn't affect that. I don't want to build him with accuracy, though. It just seems kind of lame. Honestly. Weak hit there. Did not get the counterattack, unfortunately. Could be another weak hit here. Or no, just an evasion, possibly. Okay. 92,000 damage. No evasion, unfortunately. And then Commodus, of course, could just bomb me. But if we get a turn here, maybe we have a chance of doing something. Possibly. Who knows? We'll just do this. We have block damage still. He gets a turn. If he dies, Siegfried's just going to revive everybody anyways, which is pretty sweet. Obviously, he's not wanting to hit the champs like that. We do kill everybody. We kill the Predator himself as well. Res everybody with Siegfried. So we do get the kills. We do damage his max HP also, which is always good to see. Now here, if I'm able to mark somebody and kill him, then the other mark can't be resisted, I believe is how it works. Which kind of puts you in a position where you need accuracy a little bit for him, it feels like. Okay, Siegfried's going to pop out with a little bit of damage. Here, This debuff cannot be resisted if this champion's under Veil or Perfect Veil. Okay, so the start of the turn, you could do this, get some stuff going off. But after that, I guess I forgot about the block revive portion. I thought it had block revive because of the image, but then I read it and thought that it didn't have block revive, but it does have block revive. I didn't even notice how much damage it dealt there, but that's pretty sweet. We killed him, so we didn't get the Veil back on myself, unfortunately. What I really want is to have some Veil back on me so I can do this ability. We do have Merciless, which could potentially help me, but his A2 ability doesn't ignore any block damage or anything like that. But the Merciless could reset my skills. We do get the reset there, which is excellent, of course. We're just going to keep killing the Embreeze, basically. We're in a really good spot here. I don't think there's a chance that he's going to win this. I just need to get back to that A3, use it, get the Veil on myself, or I could just probably kill him here. Yeah. Right here with his A2 ability. What's it? So no block damage. Big text. Double hit. Okay. Nah, not really that much. It's like 80,000 damage. Against a Nice, is that good? I don't know. Nice does so much damage anyways. It's hard to know. We evaded both of those, and we killed him too. That is extremely annoying, and I love it. I love every bit of it. All right, so here, we're going to get the Veil on myself, which is exactly what I'm looking for. We got 2 turns of Veil. So I just need to get this cooldown lowered on him. He's going to be a tough champion to kill. Like, boom, evading, weak hitting, counterattacking. His counterattack's doing more damage than I expected it to deal. His A1's doing 56,000. Okay. Now this Nice. If you go for the block damage Nice, and this kind of solidifies my opinion on him. Like, hey, he's a decent... Okay, no block damage, unfortunately. We do get some champs rezzed. I go for the A2 here. Okay, res the Marichka. I don't really want to kill him, though, but I guess I don't know if I have much of a choice, honestly. Okay, we don't kill him. Block damage. He'll cleanse that, right? I think he cleansed that. Okay, well, not really what I'm looking for here, buddy. All right, let's go for the... we have one more turn of the Veil. Let's go ahead and just drop this A3. Can it kill him? Hunter's Gaze, boom, block revive, 73,000 damage. Of course, he can swap forms and go for the bombs. And this would be a good example of, well, he can't bomb me anyways, but would he evade it? He did actually evade it. That would have been perfect. So, and then he ends up leaving. I don't know what Predator did as far as damage goes, but that's actually really cool. That's a very cool showcase, I believe, that fight alone of what Predator can do. You gotta be careful with his A3 because you're only gonna place the Hunter's Gaze unresistible if you have Veil or Perfect Veil, and then you're only gonna be yeah, that's basically the thing. So you gotta do it at the very start of the fight. But overall, I mean, he's pretty solid, it seems. He's very good at surviving. That evasion is super annoying versus Magic Affinity Champions. Magic Affinity Champions are some of the strongest in the meta. You have Nice, you have Commodus, you have Siegfried, you have Rhodos even. All these Magic Affinity Champions are going to have a nightmare of a time with this champion, especially considering he's going to be counterattacking all the time. You could throw stuff like a Wand of Submission on him, and then it becomes even harder to control. There's a lot of things you could, do in addition, change up, throw on him to make him even hit harder. And his A1 hits harder than I expected, at least harder than I had noticed in the testing of the just Doom Tower waves. So that's cool to see. He is in Merciless now, and he did fine in that. So I honestly think that a Merciless 6-piece or whatever could be the way to go for him. Now against Embreeze, I mean, what do I want to go here? I want to go somebody they're going to ban. I don't think my Armon's geared right now. I think Airbeus is wearing his gear. I could go Commodus, but not for damage, just for control. Fabian's not a problem. We'll get rid of the Galathier. Fabian's going to lock him out, but not going to do much. I'd be surprised if he bans him over anybody else. Like I said, right now, people are just going to get used to him. They're just trying to figure him out. Trying to see if he's good, where he's good, how he's good. Same thing for me. I'm trying to figure out the same stuff. Now, Fabian will strip the perfect veil, though, which is going to be bad news. We still do have a small chance to evade, I think. Oh, yeah. If it's before his first turn, he has a 50% chance to evade. So, like, against Demarius, chances of him evading are very high. And then we'll do the A1 hit versus Fabian. So, at higher blessing, he could probably just one-shot a Fabian, potentially. We didn't do anything there. But against Demarius, we will counterattack him. Yeah. 17,000 damage, obviously not that much, but he also took, like, no damage. And he's not in Stone Skin either. Maybe we just stay alive through this as well. We do. We stay alive as well, which is honestly quite huge. Now, could I get the Marius to just die potentially? No, not quite. She may revive on death or swap forms. Life Harvest could be nasty on him. Wow, okay, so didn't even do a hit, but still got the counterattack. Dang, okay, well, that sucks. Okay, the petrification from the other ability. Dang, so he just took a huge hit there. That's not cool. But he does counterattack, even if it's just an A2 trying to strip him. He has a chance to counterattack from that. The A1 hit him hard, though. That was unfortunate. Now they're all going to be back, but they're going to get a fear, so they're not going to do much against the Fabian anyways. But I really just want to see how his kit's working, what's going on there. Now, we are going to get Marichka back up, which will be pretty cool. So maybe we lose. No, she's actually block revived. I forgot about that one. So that won't really matter. Now, if we get a turn, it could be a different situation. We don't get a turn here. The GG's to him. This person is an arena grinder. As plus a Neve. Oh, I don't like this champion at all. She's just super annoying. The block damage stuff is hard to get around and get by and everything, but don't worry, I got a little problem over here. He stays. Can I outspeed the shoes in? If so, hey, things are looking pretty decent. We just blast her off the face of this map, and then we go into, I don't know, some shenanigans. Okay, we don't go first, so all the high hopes I had are crushed, basically. Yumiko can lock me out, but can he evade that? This may be a decent time to see. Or can he evade just... Oh, I don't know. He's wanting to flex the Yumiko skills. Maybe he wants to see what Predator does. We evade the stun attempt as well. That is sweet. Can I steal this from him? I don't get to steal it, unfortunately. I think he might be missing some gear. I'm very surprised if he's faster than me on these champs. Just 2 champs, just straight up faster than me. Definitely surprised. I hope he evades both the things from Alaz. Does not, but we do have Veil. So could I just kill his shoes in? The mark plus... Okay, we ignore it. The mark doesn't go on her, though. It goes on nobody. How do we ignore block damage with no mark? I don't know how that worked. I definitely don't know how that worked. Was quite a strange interaction there. And then he just kills me. Does he just ignore block damage all the time from that ability? Or is it... Let's see. Yeah, he didn't get the mark. Maybe she cleansed the mark after I don't know. I don't know what happened there. That was very, very odd for sure. Either way, guys, that is a showcase of Predator. We had a pack just pop up. Not for sure why we have mythical skill tomes in a xenomorph pack. Either way, Predator seems to be a very solid champion. $40, I'd say he's worth it. As far as the gear to use, I think he's very viable and merciless, which not a ton of champions are in PvP viable with merciless gear because you just have to go Stone Skin. But he has so many ways that are going to prevent him from taking much damage that I think it is worth giving a shot in merciless gear. He's also going to be counterattacking for some pretty big damage. And overall, I like the champion. I think he's cool. I hope to get a good soul for him. And I really hope that he is available from a Hero's Path or something like that in the very near future. So let me know what you guys think. If you are going to purchase any of the packs, use my code and APTOIDE for an extra 5% cash back. The best way to make purchases. Thank you all. Let me know what you think down below, and I'll catch you all in the next one.